Hey everybody, welcome back to the Overwatch Project video cast. It's September 1st, 5:25 p.m. where I am in the USA. I hope you're all doing good. It's been a while since I made any kind of video cast, and that's because I have been working. I had a chance to pick up a job that paid a little bit and try to keep up with the massive inflation that we are all living under. So I was a little bit too busy and too tired to do anything. But one of the things I've been meaning to make a video about for a while, and if you're new here, OverwatchProject.com is a website you can go to. That's my website that contains all the reference material if you're interested in researching what happens in the afterlife and potential theories that explain what happens without using any kind of religious indoctrination or cognitive dissonance, and you actually do some critical thinking and put together a valid conclusion based on a totality of information where you don't have to have any conflicting internal struggle with yourself while you're trying to, analyze what's really going on here. But this is most likely a reincarnation soul trap matrix, and the only way out is to assert your individuality and leave the reincarnation cycle in when your life cycle ends here. Anyway, one of the comments that I get occasionally, or I get comments when I'm ever able to check them. I get comments sometimes still today from videos I made a long time ago. My YouTube channel has, 8 years of videos now. 8 years of videos. And some of the comments are on videos that were made 6, 7, 8 years ago. So I actually, haven't. I put videos out here. I don't necessarily listen to what I say, except for editing purposes or just to make sure that sound recorded properly, and then I post it on my YouTube channel. And then it also goes to my Odyssey channel, which when you go to Odyssey on my Overwatch project, there's a main channel here that has the entire YouTube library backed up. So you can actually go there and find videos, all my videos that were on YouTube. If you click on content, you should see all of them. And you can, in case anything happens in my YouTube channel, you can always find everything I posted backed up here on Odyssey as a backup. Now, when I went back and I decided to listen to some of these. There actually are a few on here that I must have deleted off YouTube, and they're all here, so everything's on Odyssey. I don't remember exactly why. Some of them had music in them that YouTube had copyright things on, and so to make it simple, I just removed them from there. Odyssey seems to leave me alone. So I went back and I listened to things I said 7 or 8 years ago, and it is a bit cringe, some of it, because I was still dealing with cognitive dissonance, indoctrination. If for anybody who's new here, I went through heavy religious indoctrination from birth all the way through the end of high school. I was in Catholic schools. A lot of guilt programming, all kinds of BS that you get taught there, And I didn't realize until I went back and listened to these old videos just how there's a lot of cringe moments, because I'm still dealing with cognitive dissonance. My channel is a chronicle of evolution of thought, where I was, actively and honestly trying to figure out the truth of things, and there's a struggle involved in doing that, and you can hear it if you go back to my earliest videos compared to today. So indoctrination is not considered brainwashing necessarily, but most of the time it's a simply defined as an instruction in doctrines or principles. And so it's basically human programming. It's not quite brainwashing, but brainwashing isn't that far removed from it. Brainwashing is more forceful indoctrination, and honestly, my Catholic schooling was quite forceful. In the early years in grammar school, all the way up to about 7th grade, there was quite a bit of violence used. Where you get hit. Nuns wouldn't have any problem like physically abusing you with a yardstick or a ruler, and that stuff actually went on in the school I went to. And so it's a fine line between brainwashing and indoctrination, and that gets into your subconscious. And then when you're dealing with things that trigger cognitive dissonance, then you tend to kind of wobble around in this state of thought where even if you're trying to critically think, all this subconscious programming and trash gets in the way. And that I could hear that in these earlier videos, and to me it's cringe. I could only listen to so long before I tuned out, but I left them on there because I think it's an honest way for everybody to see the journey that I took to get to where I am now. So cognitive dissonance is, in case you didn't know, for anybody who's new here, it's holding like two or more conflicting beliefs or attitudes or values. When you run into information that shows you that something that you've been indoctrinated with, or something that you've been programmed to think is a true premise, suddenly is in conflict with facts or information you're coming in contact with, you could feel anxiety, guilt, frustration. They say it's not a disease or an illness, but to me, it is something that was baked into the human design to make it easier to enslave us. And I really don't ever have a notice that it happens anywhere in the natural animal kingdom, where especially anywhere that humans don't, tinker with shit. When nature is just being nature, that doesn't seem to be, this cognitive dissonance doesn't seem to exist. It exists in human beings, and I think it was put there on purpose. So in this little summarized thing here from the Brave search engine, the clashing cognitions may include ideas, beliefs, or the knowledge that one has behaved in a certain way. Cognitive dissonance is typically experienced as a psychological stress. And, so when you run into information that causes this, you're going to try to reduce it until you deal with it, unless you want to deal with it like I did. I became aware that I was using cognitive dissonance. And I actively, through my willpower, simply decided that I was not going to apply this. I was going to go through the discomfort. I was going to make sense of what was going on in my studies of reality based on all the investigative skills I had accumulated over the years, and accept a conclusion that fit the totality of the information without me having to argue with myself internally. Essentially, cognitive dissonance is an internal disruption in your thoughts when what you think doesn't really make sense. And it's everywhere, right? It's in all religions. Atheists suffer from it. It's all over the place. People that believe in statism, people that believe in authority run into this problem all the time, because people that believe in authority are having to somehow think that's another human being has rights they don't have. It's everywhere. It's in every facet of life. It's in politics, in religions, and all kinds of philosophies. Use it. Once you've been indoctrinated, you have to deal with cognitive dissonance to make sense of the world, because a lot of philosophies are full of BS. So, critical thinking is the key, and you really don't do it when you're. You really don't do it when you're also filtering everything through cognitive dissonance. I'm sorry, I'm still a little tired. If you are one of the people that helped me out with my Buy Me a Coffee campaign, thanks a lot. I appreciate it. I try to send everybody who sends me anything a thank you note back on their email. I appreciate it. One other thing I wanted to point out is a lot of search engines are apparently dead, really. There's like what they call a Potemkin village of search out there, the dead internet theory. And I wanted to tell you that when you're on the Western civilization here, like America, or maybe if you're in the UK or whatever, and you are trying to search for something, options like Yandex can give you results you won't ever find on Western search engines. So that's it for today. Thanks for tuning in. I'll talk to you later. Bye.